Let me teach you how to solve this particular radical equation. We are looking for the value of x here, and we have this particular radical, the square root of x. I will first of all look for a single letter that I can use to replace this radical, so that I will not have radical at all. Let p be equal to square root of x. I just say, let us use p to replace the square root of x, so that if I put p here, I will no longer have a radical. But if I put p here, you understand that I have two unknowns, p and x. Then what should I do so that I will not have two unknowns? I will only have one. See what I'll do now. For me to get the value of x here, let me first of all find the value of x from here. For me to find the value of x, I will square this one and square this one. Remember that the trick of squaring when you have the square root is for you to remove the square root. And what we are left with here is x equal to p squared. So our value of x is equal to p squared. Assuming we know what p is, we are now done with our equation. So then what we are going to do to find the value of p, so that we can quickly say that x is something, is putting the value of p squared wherever we see x here. So this x is no longer x, but p squared. I'll write here p squared minus 8 square root of p plus 15 is equal to 0. This is p squared. Then p squared minus 8 square root of p squared is p. So what we have here is p plus 15 is equal to 0. Then I have a quadratic equation. I will factorize. You can factorize this using completing the square method, quadratic formula, or factorization method. Normally, I prefer factorization method. Let me use it to solve this. For me to solve this, I'll look for two numbers. If I multiply them together, they will give me this 15. But if I add them together, they will give me minus 8. What are those numbers? Let me think of something like minus 3 and minus 5. I know that minus 3 times minus 5 will give me plus 15. And minus 3 plus minus 5 is going to give me minus 8. Then the two numbers are this. What will I do again? I'll use the two numbers to replace the middle number. When I know that I have p squared minus 3p minus 5p plus 15 is equal to 0. I'll factorize here, then factorize here. The common factor here is p. If I divide p, use p to divide p squared, have p minus this, have 3. What's the common factor between minus 15p, minus 5p and 15? That will be minus 5. So have minus 5 here. Minus 5 dividing this, you get p. Minus 5 dividing plus 15, you get minus 3 is equal to 0. I will combine the outside numbers, p minus 5. Then pick one of these ones, p minus 3 is equal to 0. Then in quadratic equation, either this is equal to 0 or this is equal to 0. If p minus 3 is equal to 0, it means that p minus 3 will cross out of equality because minus plus 3. Then this one, p minus 5 will cross out of equality because plus 5. And therefore our value of p is equal to 3 or 5. So 3 or 5 is our value of p. But remember that we are not looking for the value of p in actual sense. We are looking for the value of x. But we already know that our x is equal to p squared. Then when our p is equal to 3 from this place, when p is 3, our x is equal to, this is 3 now, 3 squared. And 3 squared means 3 times 3, which is equal to what? 9. Then when p is equal to 5, our value of x is equal to p squared, that is 5 squared. And 5 squared means 5 times 5, which will give you 25. The implication is that our value of x, our values of x are 9 and 25. That's the correct answer. Thanks for watching and see you in my next video.